man, I saw a promising future for this team. I saw that defense working together, and what Chip Kelly has, he had Eric Reid all over the field. I'm like, man, what's going on, man?
If Tartt was ready and if he was more prepared to step into Bethea's role, then he would already be there. So obviously they're seeing something in practice that's not allowing them to let Tartt take it over.
Are you listening?
And you know what? It's that time of year. Getting in that good mood. And why? It's time to play the Hawks. First, a few words about this last game. They call us 40 whiners for many reasons. I would just like to say about that game, this is not a whining situation. I bring to you pure fact. We played late Monday night. We got a day off to rest up. We worked out for 3 days, got back on the plane, flew through time zones into 90 degrees of heat to play the NFC champions. What did you expect? By the way, even though the 49ers went through all of that, what did we do? Last 7 minutes of the game, who was still in it? We needed one more touchdown with Vance McGee. All he had to do was make that catch. He hauls it in. We are tied. Never let it be said that the 49ers wimped out. They did not give up that entire time. I'll tell you something else, too. The defense will be fine. In fact, the defense should be excellent after the lessons they learned last week. A lot of teachable moments, and I'm sure they made some gains. Here's what you need to realize about the 49ers offense. You look at Cam Newton, Greg Olson, Kelvin, and all the rest of the boys they got out on that team. You know why Cam does such a good job with them? They've been together for how many years? Wait till our guys get the chemistry built up. Wait till they they're gonna work a few weeks, and before you know, that offense is going to be as good as the defense we got going right now. I'm feeling very confident. I'm telling you right now, this is not last year's team. So anybody that's entertaining any thoughts of the 49ers running the same path as they did last year, think again. They are in trouble in the clink this weekend. And hey, speaking of which, have you heard? Midwest style. Have you heard? It has been said, odds makers have given us a 10-point deficit to climb above in order to win this football game. Okay, let me count down the reasons why that is bull spook. I was gonna say it. I try to keep this family friendly. Listen, there's no Marshawn Lynch. Russell Wilson is now hobbling. That offensive line that was horrid last year, it's even worse this year. You ever wonder how many pairs of cleats does Russell Wilson go through in one game? Why? Because he's out there running to save himself from injury or death. If half the guys that are after him weigh twice as much as his little tiny, little compact body, they can't even protect him this year. That's why he's running around with a high ankle sprain right now. So what can be expected this weekend? The Rams just got through running them out of LA, and we beat the Rams how badly? Where do they get these calculations to come up with a double-digit win? The Hawks have only scored 15 points the entire season so far out of 2 games. That's half the 49ers average almost. In one game, we've scored 27 points. And that was against the Rams defense that beat their ass. How in the world did they come up with this? You know what? I would have been able to respect a 3-point lead. They're at home. They're famous for winning games in the clink. But no. Vegas says 10 points. If I was a gambling man, I quit doing that. I got broke up with that years ago. But if I was you and you're still gambling, you take that bet and you put a house on it. That's how confident I am on this one. Ain't no way in the hell None whatsoever. I'm telling you right now, you can put your firstborn on this one. There's no way the Hawks are going to walk away from that game. If we score 5 points, the game is over as far as that bet goes. Well, the Hawks going to score 15 points all of a sudden? Get out of here with that. This game is in the bag. I can't wait till next week. Let me not get too pumped up on that because I'll become Reverend Ronbo on you on that in a heartbeat. I got to calm down here. Listen, I got something better to talk about anyway. Maestro, raise the music a little bit. Oh yeah, yeah. Per Pro Football Focus for positional group rankings. Have you checked it out? Player Joe Staley, group, tackles. Do you know where Joe ranks? Joe is number 2. But of course, that's to be expected anyway. Looking at Jimmy Ward. Cornerbacks, ranking, number 3. Looking at Eric Reid. Positional grouping, safeties, number 1. Ow! I'm talking about the back. I'm talking about the secondary is looking awesome. Let me give you some hope. Antoine Bethea, safeties, number 6. Navarro Baldwin, the Hall of Famer, the living legend linebackers. He's at number 12 for right now. Arik Armstead, oh man. Ray out for the season. He was at number 20. He was moving up by the time 2 weeks run now. He would have been at probably at least number 5 in the boys playing. He's balling. Arik Armstead, interior defenders, number 15. And Quentin Dow, interior defenders, number 16. How proud as I can be of our boys. You know what I like to do? Let's go introduce you to some more of our 49er fam right now. Fam, as we get together to talk about our pain and suffering over this past weekend, guess who was out in Carolina? He just got back home. Carver, what's up?
What's up, Ronbo?
Carver,
what's up, man?
I'm telling you, man, because see, the thing is, we have, there's no reason to get upset yet or anything like that. But I want to talk a little bit about what it was like being in Carolina. I mean, you spent the night out there first, understand? What happened, before and after?
Well, before, got there on Friday night, linked up with some other Niner fans, and we all talking about what we gonna do the Saturday night and get all pumped up for it, And only seen one Panther fan so far on that Friday. Went to eat and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They was looking at us like, where y'all from? It's like, where we from. We coming to rep these Niners. Y'all ain't used to seeing this kind of stuff, but we come everywhere. And matter of fact, we know we in Carolina, but this is like home field advantage for us. We do the darn thing. We get down Saturday. We had a big Niner party. 4-time Super Bowl champ.
Yeah.
Mike Wilson was with us. Ooh. Steve Wallace.
Yeah.
They were out there hanging out with us. They came to represent as well.
All right.
And then Sunday was game day. We tailgated real hard and, got into that game. And Ronbo, it was hot out there.
Yes. I saw the forecast from the monitor, man. It's about 90 degrees. I said, do they have fall conditions out in the Carolinas? Damn.
I have no idea. I was not expecting that. It was hot out there. I couldn't believe it.
That's what
I couldn't believe it.
And you know what? They say you got no business giving the 49ers any excuse for that because these guys are paid to play under any conditions. But come on, man. These guys are still human, man. The Bay Area ain't got that kind of temperature right now. Flying out into 90 degrees of heat and going to play football. Pads on.
They put Arik Armstead on the big screen. He had his head down the whole time when he was on the sideline.
I see, man. I see. They showed that picture, man. The sweat was just running down his arms. I said, man, you know what? That's brutal, man. That is brutal, brutal. And they still came to play, though. The 49ers fought hard. So,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Carver, you know what? Here's the thing. What was your feeling about the 49ers overall perception of the 49ers before this game came underway, as far as their ability to win football games, how much strength they got and that type of thing. What was that like before this game even started? I mean, going from last week up until now, what was your whole picture of the 49ers?
Man, I saw a promising future for this team. I saw that defense working together, and what Chip Kelly has, he had Eric Reid all over the field. I'm like, man, what's going on, man? What is going on, man? What is your prediction? You said 10-6,
yeah,
I believe.
I said 10-6.
I say 11-5.
Oh, so
I say 11-5.
Because you know what? The reason I asked you that is I was going to ask you: has your perception changed since the opening night after this game?
Since the Carolina game.
That was good. That's what I got. Go ahead.
Not really. We just came across a really good team. Mm-hmm. I think that they shut down our run game, but we should have had a better plan. We should have went in that playbook a little more.
Yeah. We
should have been passing the ball a lot. I think we should have started the game like that, but I think on offense, we just didn't hit them with enough stuff. But that defense, they can only do what they could, even though we had little boo-boos here and there, but that's fine. From this game, there's a lot of things to learn.
Yeah.
So I'm sure if we had to lose from this game and play him a few weeks down the road, it'd be totally different. I believe that.
That's exactly how I feel.
I believe that.
A few weeks.
I believe that.
In fact, if we see Carolina, somehow we get to the playoffs, it'll be a different story because first of all, the offense will be in sync. They will have chemistry, and they will be ready.
Yes.
It will be nothing like what we've seen yesterday. I'm delighted you said that, man, because you know what? And I was going to ask you about that. Do you think Chip Kelly is bringing that playbook in pieces? I mean, I think he has. My feeling is I think he's bringing them to him a little bit at a time. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think he is too. I mean, I guess that would be the smart thing to do so everybody would be comfortable and not out there all confused and everything. But I do believe he's going to start dipping in there a little more now. I believe so. But it's all about who can structure, we got Blaine Gabbert making these passes. Sometimes he connects, sometimes they way up here. I don't know. They see what goes on in practice more than we do. So, maybe he wants to go in that playbook a little more, but they're tailor-made for Kaepernick whenever Kaepernick will be ready. We don't know that, But I think he's going to go in that playbook a little bit more now.
I just hope, in fact, if he's taking that much time, because I understand Kelly's playbook, it's not as simple as it appears, and it's usually the players that make it look good, but these are guys that have actually been running through the motions for a while, and they, of course, make it look like it's something easy. So I'm looking for that to change between now and next weekend. If they're going to improve, but the problem is, Carver, from last week to this week, I have to ask myself, did they improve, or did they stand still, or where did they go with that? Because they still scored 27 points. That's their average, I guess, 27.5 points. But what can we expect this weekend against the Hawks? Carver, because the thing is, I just want to mention this. If the Rams own the Hawks, and if you still go by that nasty thought of the Hawks owning the 49ers, has the time come, Carver? Has it come?
Almost got into I'm going to answer your question with this small story. Almost got into a fight with a Panther fan because he was trying to defend the Seahawks. Doesn't that sound crazy?
Sounds really crazy.
After the game, we're walking back to the car and stuff, and he's like, oh, yeah, we beat y'all. And I was like, that's fine. We're both 1-1. We're going to get it going. And he said, well, y'all better be careful with them Seahawks. I said, man, we're going to beat them Seahawks ass next week. Are you crazy? They ain't got no offensive line, and this defense going to eat them alive. And he was trying to defend them. But, Ronbo, that's over with. All that Seahawk killing us and beating us, that's over with. We're going to go in their house, and we're going to kill them. We're going to get them. It's over. No more 12th men. They can't even use that no more, huh?
From what I understand,
no more 12th
it's a copyright situation.
I like that. No, that's over with. That's over with. We're going to give Russell Wilson some eggs because they're going to be scrambled, Hopefully somebody can bring some bacon and stuff like that, But, that's over, Ronbo. They not even a threat, and I don't understand why everybody sit up here and still think they got a chance even after this Rams game. That's what they only scored 3 points.
And they struggled to get that. Carver, the people they don't understand. Russell Wilson has got one bad wheel, from what I understand. I don't know how extensive or how bad it is. I understand that Thomas Rawls was knocked out of the game yesterday.
Wow.
And they got a couple other situations. This is the only thing, Carver, that we have to be concerned with is the fact that they lost people. So when we do beat that ass, everybody say, "Oh man,
we're gonna beat that ass.
Y'all got over because they was hurt." See that? Yeah, okay, that's all right.
So what?
We gonna beat them twice this year. If we beat them this game, then beating them at home is definitely gonna be
Ronbo, there's gonna be excuses all over the board. You know, we whooped the Rams. Oh, they had a bad night.
No, worse than that, Carver.
They were
worse than
supposed
that.
to beat us
They
down.
said the Rams suck. Period. I talked to people who said the Rams just suck. Period. That's that excuse.
Yeah, man. You know, we got a lot of history, man. 49ers got a lot of history, and either you with it or you're not. And if you're not with it, you hate it. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, we just got to go out there and play some football and put up these numbers. They can do all this all we want, but in the meantime, me and Ronbo is doing all that. You know what I mean?
That's what we're supposed to do, man. The 49ers, just like you said, we're talking about a red and gold legacy that will be continued as early as this year.
Right.
You know what? People could, oh, come on, man, you're talking Duluth. I didn't say Super Bowl, but there's going to be some nose bleeding this year. And from this point on, it's Super Bowl potential each and every year for the next 3 years. We got a young team, and it's going places.
That's right.
And hey, I say that with no shame whatsoever. Carver, you know I know you can put exclamation.
You can see the blueprint.
Yeah.
It's out there. It's out there. I can see clearly now. Tom Sula's gone. I try to remix.
I like that.
But nah, we can see what's going on. We can see this is going to work.
Carver, because you know how Carver travels around the park to park. It's always the ball games. So Carver, when I say I'm going to give you the 3, 2, 1, you're going to give me the holler. This is going to be too easy for you. 3, 2, 1.
No!
Fam, I know it's hard to talk today, but we got to talk because I want you to understand one thing. It's the second game of the season. The panic needs to calm down. It's one game. We went all the way to Carolina. It's a long way to go for these guys after playing late Monday night. I can't emphasize that enough. You get 3 days practice against the NFC Championships. It's not enough. You get on the plane, you go through a time zone. It's a lot of stress. You jump off the plane, it's 90 degrees of heat. Do you know what's the temperature in San Francisco? It's all about that. 49er faithful from Texas. Ian, what's up?
Hey, Ronbo, how you doing today, brother?
Man, Ian, it's like I'm like trying to battle my own emotions against that of logic, and it ain't working real well, though, you know. Ian is the co-host.
Yes, I completely understand.
Ian is the co-host of a brand new show called The Cooler, where they help you with your fantasy picks each and every week. Ian, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, The Cooler is just the idea that me and my childhood friend, Jay Starks, we've been kicking it around for a while. We really were just never in the right time or space to make it happen. But now, you know, we're in a perfect situation to bring this idea that we had to life. And The Cooler right now, we're mainly focusing on NFL football, just, you know, covering the games. And a big part of it is covering the fantasy football side of it, mainly for daily fantasy football. In the future, we will reach out to other things outside of football, like gaming, TV shows, and music. So it's going to be more of a variety. But right now, our biggest focus is sports, because that's where we're kind of rooted to, and that's where we feel the most comfortable at. But we want to try to appeal to all viewers and show something, you know, unique and different that's going to appeal to the masses.
Sounds ambitious and oh so encouraging. Good stuff. All right, let's talk about the pain, man. Ian, everybody's blaming Blaine Gabbert for everything that went wrong. But I see some other people I'm mad with too, especially Antoine Bethea. And my question is this. Now, Antoine Bethea is, you know, everybody's going to blame him getting up there in age, and maybe it's time for him to step off. And maybe since he did get a pick, okay, got a pick yesterday, so he had a bad thing happen, he had a good thing. There's two contrasting events during the course of the game. Is it too soon to make any judgments on Antoine? Is it time to bring Tartt in, or is it let Tartt keep doing what he's doing and let it slide with Antoine? What are you thinking on that?
Well, I look at that two ways. The first way I look at it is that if Tartt was ready and if he was more prepared to step into Bethea's role, then he would already be there. So obviously they're seeing something in practice that's not allowing them to let Tartt take it over. I hope it isn't the type of situation where they're looking at Bethea like, well, he's the veteran and we're paying X amount of money and he's a leader on this team. Yeah. There's no way we could have him in the position of a role player. Yeah. So, that may be some hesitation in why Tartt's there, but in my opinion, it's really not an issue with Tartt because I feel like if he was better, Chip Kelly would already have him out there. Now, the second look at this is that throughout that game yesterday, that game was longer than it probably should have been just because of the amount of turnovers, the amount of incomplete passes thrown by Blaine Gabbert. All of that stops the clock, even though Chip Kelly is moving at that faster pace. That defense is coming right back out on the field. And those drives, when you have that amount of incomplete passes, time is being stopped constantly. So when the other team gets the ball back, you still have a lot of time on the clock. And a team like Carolina, they're more of a traditional West Coast offense where they're going to break you down, then look for that shot play to, hit the home run. And that defense was getting tired. But he's long in the tooth. So you put him out there in those situations over and over and over again, eventually he's going to get beat by a younger, faster player. And maybe that's something where later in the games we need to try to rotate Tartt in more. But on the back end of your defense, that's not a place where you want to rotate players out. You can do that on the front end, on the defensive line, but on the back end, I wouldn't trust doing that. So I say for right now, given the fact that we're scoring more points in games, we're getting more turnovers than we did last year, I would let Bethea make it on this one.
All right. Big Antoine, there you go, man. Because as I sat there and watched Greg Olson run by me, Antoine looked up like, oh, Antoine, you seen him coming down the field. What did you think? I was thinking maybe Antoine thinks somebody was behind him or something was going to cover it. I don't know. But anyway.
Yeah, McDonald had a very similar play, almost the exact same play.
Good point.
I haven't looked back to see the route, but it was right in the middle of the field, and he just took off, on the defense. But I think that was just a blown coverage. It happens most of the time when you see big plays like that. It's a blown coverage, blown assignment. Yeah. So it's a part of the game.
Ian, we are currently setting. The reason I've already taken photos of the standings pictures. We are currently sitting at NFC West. We are number one, tied with number one. I mean, and you and I both know at the beginning of the season, before the season, for months, the 49ers are not going to win a game. We should go 0-16. I realize it's early in the season, but I do enjoy the fact that the 49ers in conference play have already won one game, so we're tied for first. I just want to shoot that out at the critics, as we were not supposed to ever be in this position. We have the Hawks coming up. Ian, can we maintain that written at the top of the standings? San Francisco.
It's a little bit deceitful that we're at the top of the standings, all based on the technicality. If you really want to look at it, we're basically in a three-way tie, with the Cardinals and the Seahawks and the Rams, unfortunately. But I do feel like we can beat Seattle this week because their offensive line is a mess. Yep. Russell Wilson is hobbled. Baldwin is hobbled. And now Rawls is hobbled. But, I honestly think we would probably be in a better position to win if Rawls was healthy because he looked horrible Sunday. He looked horrible. He had -7 yards rushing on 7 attempts. Like, I don't know what's going on with Rawls. I don't know if he just, he came in last year maybe doing a good wave and, they just played the right teams and Rawls was just the guy that was in there. But he is not looking like a long-term solution for that team at halfback. And I really think we have a good chance of doing to Seattle the same thing that we did to the Rams last week, and just completely taking away the run and then forcing them to pass, on certain routes, and just saying, okay, we're going to give them this 5-yard route, but we're not going to give them the 10 or 15-yard route. If they get the 5, that's fine, because we're trying to get them off the field in 3 downs anyway, but we're not going to let them run. And sometimes that's that bend but don't break defense. Yeah. Some people like it, some people don't. Most NFL fans would prefer an attacking defense, like the Vikings run, for example. But you have to have a really unique set of players in order to do that. What we have right now, I feel like our defense is perfect. Once we start to get some of the younger guys develop and get settled into their positions, then maybe we can attack a little bit more. But this Sunday, against Seattle, I think we have a really good chance if we just play within ourselves and use kind of like that same defense that we used against the Rams. I could see this working out for us.
Yeah. All right. And I'm thinking the same way, and I'm not looking through red and gold glasses on that either. I'm thinking there's no reason why they can't play the Hawks straight up and run them out the park. Especially with everything you just said. I tell you, I agree each and every word. So, that's it. You got any prediction on the scores? Because the Rams, 49ers, 28 points. The Rams did make some mistakes. You watched that silly game. Well, it wasn't silly, but it was a defensive battle. 9-3. Rams and Hawks playing 4 quarters of football, and they got 12 points on the board between the two teams. That should have been the case, actually, in the first game. It should have been closer than that. But from what you just said, we should be able to control that line of scrimmage and do what we want to do. Rawls he's the 49er killer from what we seen last year. He will not be killing nothing this year. And I'm more worried about Christian than I was Rawls to begin with after watching him during the preseason. So you're right. Rawls not being there maybe that's not a good thing. So.
I feel like we only have issues with players with speed. I don't think Christian Michael is going to be the type of running back that's going to beat this defense. Yeah. If you notice, like, players with speed or, with a unique skill set, like Ginn, he got open on some deep balls because he's so fast. So the person I'm worried about from Seattle is Tyler Lockett. We can't let that guy get behind our safeties, or it's going to be a very long day, because Russell Wilson can throw those shot plays like that and find his receivers deep down the field. So at the end of the day, I think we can play. I'm not going to say a vanilla scheme, but we can play a narrow-minded defense and focus on stopping the run and then kind of funnel Seattle into the pass. So like I said, that way we can put our corners and safeties in positions to where we already know what's coming. You just have to be prepared and hold down your individual assignment. And that's when this defense tends to do the best so far from what I've seen, when they can kind of predict what's coming, and then it's like, boom, we got you right where we want you. But Carolina yesterday, they're so good at putting you in these situations where they might run it with Cam, but at the same time, they're not afraid to hit Ginn or Benjamin or Olson on the deep route. Seattle, with them being as injured as they are and having so many issues with the O-line, I just don't think that they're going to be able to run those type of play action and counter plays that they like to run, because they just have way too much drama on the line. This if this isn't a very close contested game, the 49ers should be able to win this one without too much sweat and panic.
Like that. Ian, you are at the clink right now. The 49ers just scored. Give me a holla as Vance McDonald knocks people down coming into the end zone. 3, 2, 1.
Lord, have mercy. Have mercy on my soul.
Oh, man. Ian, I love it, man. That was the most creative yell I've ever seen since I've been doing this. I loved it. Thank you, Ian McCarver. Talk to y'all in a minute. We got a lot to talk about between now and this weekend. We're fans. We talk anyway. And tell you right now, if you see anybody And I mean anybody that says that 10 points is gonna stay, I can't get over that. Because it just doesn't make any sense. The Hawks fans don't even believe that. If you see a Hawks fan do this for me, ask him, does he believe that the Hawks are going to beat the 49ers by 10 points this weekend? And if he says yes, tell him he's a damn lie and have him contact me. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, I'll be looking for him because, you know, I likes to work with them Hawks fans and Raider fans every chance I get. I'll be spanking them on a daily basis, and they know it. They know it. I'll be at your place and in your face for this game for all 4 quarters. We're going to enjoy this game, I'm telling you right now. And afterwards, of course, we'll have the fan gathering. And you'll need the Ronbo Sports after that. You'll need the Ronbo Sports after that because the links for you to get into the fan gathering will be placed in the Ronbo Sports app about 20 minutes before we get together. And I like to make it a one-stop place for the whole process. So I put it inside the app, see? And, there will be, I'm telling you right now, there will be a celebration. So make sure that you have the Google Hangouts loaded up in your phone as well. So this will all come together for you. As I say, all you gotta do is come, if you got the Google Hangouts app already in your phone, all you gotta do is come in and you're all set to do. Boom, look for that link. Boom, you're in. Just like that. And we will party. Don't turn the music up, I'm all right. Oh, listen, I wanna mention one more thing too, before we go. If you, like me, are a member of the Niner Empire organization, you need to remember there are things you can take advantage of. They're all there for you. You join because of that. There are all kinds of, if you're paying full price for your tickets to get into the game, stop it. Remember, discount tickets are at the organization as well, and that's the9erempire.com. Go on over there and check things out. There are vacation and travel tips. Oh, there's all kind of vacation packages. There's all kind of paraphernalia all over the site. You need to come back. If you haven't been there in a while, you would not believe what's going on because the season is underway and all kind of organizations and everybody else who wants to jump in and meet us because we're 49er fans. It's a non-profit organization, so nobody's making money. They're just there for us. 6% discounts on a lot of things, especially the tickets, to watch your San Francisco 49ers. I'm a little more pumped than usual this week because we're playing the Hawks. Please hit like if you do. Share me, and subscribe. I'll see you on Red and Gold Radio, 7 p.m. San Francisco time as per usual. If not, I'll see you for the game coming up this Sunday.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sacred stone.